lovely students in 4th primary. How are you? Now, one of the most important goals من أهم الجولز والأهداف of learning math is to make use of what we have learned and apply it. إن احنا نستخدم ونطبق الحاجات اللي احنا اتعلمناها in our daily life situations. And that's why in today's lesson 17, titled Real World Fraction Connection, and also the last one in Unit 9. This will be the last lesson in Unit 9. We will make use, هنستخدم كل اللي احنا اتعلمناه about the fractions and also our knowledge of comparing fractions and how to add and subtract fractions to solve story problems involving the fractions. The first activity we will start our lesson with is adding and subtracting fractions in access part on page 58. تعالوا كده نشوفها مع بعض. Okay, here in the access part, as you see. Type. But now I want to give you time to answer problems number 3 and 4 on your own way. And then we will discuss the answers all together. Now, after you have finished, let's see the problem number 3. Let's solve it all together. Here we have 3 fractions اللي هم 5 over 12 و 2 over 12 وكمان 6 over 12. لو بصينا في ال 3 fractions هنلاقي إن they have the same denominator which is 12. طيب أنا هعمل إيه؟ I will keep the denominator as it is. يبقى ال denominator عندي 12 and I will add only the numerators. يبقى هعمل 5 plus 2 plus 6. 5 plus 2 7 plus 6 equals to 13. يبقى الفراكشن بتاعتي 13 over 12. طيب في حد ملاحظ حاجة في الفراكشن دي؟ أنا متأكدة إن أنتوا كلكم عارفين إن 13 over 12 is an improper fraction. طيب مش إحنا اتفقنا إن ال improper fraction لازم نخليه mixed number؟ So we will take or we'll decompose 13 over 12. ممكن أعملها 12 over 12 plus 1 over 12, right? Okay, طيب يبقى 12 over 12 is a whole 1 and 1 over 12. So the mixed number is 1 and 1 over 12. Now in problem number 4 is a subtraction problem. Here is problem number 4. I have 2 fractions which are 6 over 9 minus 5 over 9. طيب, I have the same denominator, so I will keep the denominator as it is. And I will subtract only the numerators. يبقى هعمل 6 minus 5 gives me 1. So my fraction is 1 over 9. تعالوا بقى نشوف مع بعض problem number 5. Problem number 5 here is also subtraction. Here I have 2 fractions, 12 over 15 minus 5 over 15. هنلاقي إن 2 fractions عندهم the same denominator. So I subtract only the numerators. يبقى هكتب denominator as it is وهعمل 12 minus 5. 12 minus 5 equals what? Of course 7. So the fraction is 7 over 15. In the last problem, which is problem number 6, here we have a 1 whole. I want to make 1 whole minus 2 over 5. طيب, now we have to regroup the 1 whole into equivalent fraction ولازم الدينومينيتور بتاعها يبقى 5. ليه؟ عشان يبقى نفس الدينومينيتور بتاع السكند fraction. تفتكروا هيبقى ايه؟ yes whole 1 يعني هعمل الفراكشن بتاعها 5 over 5. يبقى أنا دلوقتي عندي 5 over 5 minus 2 over 5. What should I do then? Yes, I will keep the denominator as it is and I will subtract only the numerators. يبقى هعمل 5 minus 2 equals to 3. My fraction is 3 over 5. Now we want to use المفروض بقى نستخدم our skills and we have acquired السكيلز اللي اكتسبناها من solving fraction, addition and subtraction problems عشان نطبقهم بقى to the story problems in the build part on page 58 on your school book. Of course, this is not the first time, مش أول مرة نحل story problems. Because in term 1, if you remember, we learned the steps, تعلمنا ازاي نعمل steps عشان to solve any story problems. That was in lesson 7 in unit 2. تعالوا كده نشوف problem number 1. Here as you see problem number 1. Here our friend Hiba is making pancake batter. الريسيب كانت محتاجة منها 5/8 jug of milk. Okay, 5/8 jug of milk. لكن هبة كان معاها only 2/8 of the milk. And needs to know. اللي احنا محتاجين نعرفه how much more milk هبة need to complete the recipe. طيب زي ما احنا عارفين after learning the problem very carefully we are going to circle the information اللي عندنا after reading the problem. What are the numbers we have? طيب أول حاجة أول fraction شفته 5/8 so circle it and also circle 2/8 right? These are the two fractions I have. Then we will identify هنحدد إيه المطلوب مني. طيب الكويستشن بيقول لي إيه؟ بيقول لي how much milk does هبة need to make the pancake batter. يبقى هعمل underline على الكويستشن بتاعي زي ما احنا شايفين كده. أول حاجة I circle the fractions أو numbers اللي عندي. تاني حاجة I underline the question. And I want you to record it after me. أنا هكتب دلوقتي الانفورميشن وعايزة كل واحد يكتب معايا في البوكس بتاعتكم. طيب هكتب الانفورميشن بتاعتي فين؟ عند what do I know. Now I will write the following. طيب the needed amount of milk is what؟ الامount of milk اللي أنا محتاجاها إيه؟ 5/8 right؟ طيب وهبة معاها قد إيه؟ هبة معاها 2/8. هبة معاها 2/8 of the milk. طيب الكويستشن بيقول لي إيه؟ بيقول لي how much more milk does هبة need to make the pancake batter. أوكي، طيب دلوقتي كلنا بنسأل نفسنا السؤال ده. If the amount of milk هبة has لو هبة معاها الامount of milk less than أقل من الامount of milk اللي هي محتاجاها في الريسيب what will be the mathematical operations we will use؟ هستخدم أنهي operation؟ تفتكروا هستخدم الاديشن ولا السبتراكشن؟ طيب دلوقتي هبة معاها part of the amount and she only needs second part of the amount. معاها amount وعايزة تزود عليه عشان يبقى معاها كل الامount بتاع الريسيت. يبقى دلوقتي أنا محتاجة أعمل subtraction. I will subtract 2/8 from 5/8. يبقى أول حاجة هعملها 5/8 اللي في الريسيت minus الامount اللي عند هبة اللي هي 2/8. So the answer will be what? Yes, I will keep the denominator as it is وكل اللي هعمله 5 minus 2 equals 3. So هبة needs 3/8 of milk. تعالوا كده نشوف problem number 2. Here is problem number 2 as you see here. طيب دلوقتي كريم is running to train. كريم كان بيجري عشان يمرن نفسه for the big race. He ran on Monday 4/2 kilometer. وكمان on Wednesday he ran half a kilometer. On Friday he ran 6/2 kilometer. طيب السؤال بيقول لي ايه؟ You want to find the whole distance كريم ran in kilometers. طيب انا عايزه كل واحد فيكم يجيب بن ويعمل بالظبط اللي انا هعمله in your school books. اول حاجه we will circle the numbers we have. ايه النمبرز اللي عندنا؟ انا عندي 4/2 وعندي كمان half وكمان عندي 6/2. طيب تاني حاجه I will underline the question. هو الكويستشن بيقول لي ايه؟ بيقول لي how many kilometers did كريم run in all. طيب أول حاجة هنعمل إيه؟ هنكتب in our books الانفورميشن اللي عندي في البروبلم بتاعتي. الانفورميشن إن كريم ran in 3 days. أول مسافة جريها كانت 4/2 kilometers right؟ طيب وتاني حاجة he ran on Wednesday half kilometer وكمان ran in Friday 6/2 كيلومتر وهي دي النمبرز اللي عندي. طيب الكويستشن بيقول لي ايه؟ الكويستشن بيقول لي how many kilometers did كريم run in all. Since we want to find the total distance يبقى أكيد هعمل add للdistance in the 3 days. So I will make 4 over 2 plus half plus 6 over 2. شايفين كل denominators are the same, so I will keep the denominator as it is and I only add the denominators. So 4 plus 1 plus 6 equals to what? Equals to 11. يبقى الفراكشن بتاعتي 11 over 2. طيب مش احنا كلنا عارفين ان 11 over 2 دي improper fraction؟ يبقى لازم نحولها لميكست نمبر. We will see how to. طب دلوقتي انا عايزه اعرف هو في how many 2 في ال 11. طيب تعالوا نبص كده 11 divided by 2. يبقى انا عايزه اشوف اقرب نمبر لل 11 can be divided by 2. Like what? The closest number لل 11 is 10, right? 2 times 5 equals 10. So 2 times 5 equals 10 يبقى أنا عندي هنا 5 whole numbers. طيب وعندي الفراكشن بتاعتي how many left؟ Yes, here أنا قلت 10 divided 2 equals 5 يبقى 1 fraction أو 1 part left out of 2. يبقى الميكس نمبر بتاعي 5 whole and half. Now I want you عايزاكم تطبقوا الاستراتيجي دي to solve problem number 3. I'll give you now time to think of it and answer in your school book. And then we will discuss your answers all together when you have finished. Then after you have finished the answer, I am sure أنا متأكدة إن أنتوا كلكم ابتديتوا تحددوا الانفورميشن وتطبقوا الاستراتيجي to it. Here Samira's birthday cake was cut into 8 slices. قطعتها ل 8 slices. كل member in her family took only 1 slice. سميرة وher dad وher mom وكمان her brother. طيب how many slices of cake will be left? Each one took 1 slices out of the total which is 8. طب ده معناه ايه؟ ده معناه ان كل واحد فيهم اخد 1 over 8 of the cake. Now how much did we take from the cake? How much they take from the cake? They took 4 slices. كلهم اخدوا 4 slices out of 8. And now we want to know how much of the cake is left. Okay? طيب no. Now so I will use the subtraction to find the rest. هنعمل ايه؟ Yes, I will subtract the whole cake اللي هي representing the 1. So ال 1 ممكن اكتبها الفراكشن بتاعها ايه؟ Yes, ممكن اكتبها 8 over 8 because it is cut into 8 equal slices. So ال whole 1 8 over 8. هعمل 8 over 8 minus what? Yes, هعمل 8 over 8 minus ال 4 pieces out of 8 اللي هم أخدوها. So the answer is what? I will keep here the denominator as it is وهعمل 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 gives me 4 يبقى الانسر بتاعي 4 over 8. وده it is half of the cake, right? يبقى half of the cake is left. And now you can answer problem number 4 by yourself using the same strategy. تعالوا بقى نشوف the second part of build page 60. Here is the second part of build. Here we have a game called Find Your Match. الجيم عبارة عن two groups, Group A and Group B. وكل البروبلمز اللي موجودة are different from each other، كلهم مختلفين عن بعض، لكن الانسر to each problem في جروب A ليها نفس الانسر of one of the problems in group B. طيب لما لعبت الجيم دي مع الفريندز بتوعي in the class I distributed group A و group B distribute الكاردز بتاع group A و group B among my students. كل كارد عنده story problem مختلفة. Each one of your friends wrote the problem، كلهم كتبوا البروبلم in their books وكمان حلوها in their own way. وبعدين سألتهم that each one of them to find his friend اللي عنده نفس الانسر بالظبط and discuss the answers with each other. Then each student will take his friend's problem، كل واحد بقى هياخد his friend's problem ويكتبها كمان في البوك بتاعه ويحلها لوحده. So each one will have، يبقى دلوقتي كل واحد عنده التو problems، البروبلم بتاعته هو والبروبلم بتاعت الفريند بتاعه. تعالوا ناخد example اللي أنا بقوله كده ونشوف إيه اللي أحمد وحسين عملوه when they are solving the problems. Here as you see here is أحمد's problem. طيب أحمد problem كانت بتقولي إيه؟ بتقولي إن ليلى ate 3/8 of the cake of the chocolate bar. Then she ate وكمان أكلت 2/8 from the same bar. الكويستشن بقى بيقولي إيه؟ What piece of chocolate did ليلى eat as a fraction? طيب when Ahmed was thinking about the answer to this problem he found that he had to add the two amounts ليلى ate اللي هما 3/8 plus 2/8. طيب عشان ال denominator the same so he added the nominators only. يبقى he keep the denominator as it is 8 وعمل 3 plus 2 so the answer is 5/8. So ليلى ate 5/8 of her chocolate bar. بعد ما أحمد حل البروبلم بتاعته he started to look، ابتدى يبص كده مين اللي عنده نفس الانسر بتاعته بالظبط اللي هي 5/8 with one of his friends. أحمد لقى إن نفس الانسر بالظبط عند الفريند بتاعه اللي هو حسين. كان عنده بروبلم تانية هي البروبلم بتاعت حسين بتقول that هاشم hit the ball 8 times towards the goal but he failed to score 3 times. He failed 3 times. الكويستشن بيقول لي ايه؟ How many goals did he score؟ لما حسنين كان بيحل الكويستشن بتاعه لقى ان هاشم hit the ball total 8 times, right? So all the fractions parts are 8. ده معناه الدينومينيتور بتاعي 8, right? طيب the number of shots اللي هاشم didn't score كانوا 3 out of 8, right? So what should he do? To find the number of goals هاشم scored حسنين عمل ايه؟ He subtract 3/8 from 8/8 يعني عمل هنا 8/8 minus 3/8. 8/8 ده التوتال number و 3/8 ده ال 3 shots he failed to score. So when he make 8/8 minus 3/8 he keep the denominator as it is وعمل 8 minus 3 so the fraction became 5/8. دلوقتي هنلاقي ان التو answers طلعوا زي بعض بالظبط بالرغم من احمد البروبلم بتاعته كانت addition problem لكن حسين problem was a subtraction problem. Now you can play the same game with your friends with the help of the class teacher who will divide you into 2 teams A and B and distribute the problems among you. Now after solving many problems together in access part and build part and problems in the form of a game تعالوا بقى let's go to the connect part on page 61 in your school book. Each one of you is asked to write his own problem. تعالوا كده نشوف مع بعض. Here's the connect part. كل واحد هيكتب البروبلم بتاعته. ممكن يكتب addition problem or subtraction problem وبعدين يقول الانسر بتاعتها. You can think of your own fraction or use the fraction. ممكن نكتب fraction من عندنا أو نستخدم الفراكشن اللي في البوك عندنا. Now our friend Ali stated that he will write problem about the number of weeks he had in swimming training for 2 months. وهيستخدم الفراكشن اللي موجودة في البوك عندنا. He said that in the first month he trained for 2 weeks and 2 days. هو اتمرن 2 weeks and 2 days. Okay. He trained 1 week and in the other month, في المنث التاني he trained 1 week and 5 days. 1 week and 5 days. Okay. Now, so he will add 2 weeks 2 days and 1 week 5 days. طيب هو استخدم الفيرست fraction. 2 weeks يعني 2. طيب 2 days is 2 over 7. Why? Because 2 weeks, ال 1 week فيه 7 days. So, to convert from day to week, هعمل divided by 7. So, he used 2 and 2 over 7 plus 1 week and 5 over 7. Okay? تعالوا كده نكتبها مع بعض. يبقى 2 and 2 over 7 plus 1 and 5 over 7. So, the answer will be what? Yes, 2 plus 1 gives me 3. And 2 over 7 plus 5 over 7 gives me 7 over 7, which means that we have 4 weeks. Now we can also create, ممكن كل واحد to create the problems from any situations you have been through and share them with your friends in the classroom, meaning that each one of you write, كل واحد هيكتب فيكم problem و ask your friends to solve it. Now you can scan the QR code shown here or at the beginning of the lesson. And now let's this will direct you to the practice part and check your understanding in the digital version of the book. Now we have got 4 story problems like this. Okay, we have got 4 story problems like the one we have answered before. تعالوا كده نحل مع بعض problem number 2. Here is problem number 2 as you see. Here we know that Yasin was given homework with 9 problems. He finished 1 over 9 of the problems in school. في السكول بتاعته خلص 1 over 9 of his homework. ولما رجع his home, he finished كمان 5 over 9 of the problems at home. Okay? طيب البروبلم بقى بتقول لي ايه؟ بتقول لي what is the fraction represents the part of Yasin's homework that is left. ايه اللي فاضل له بقى من الهومورك بتاعه؟ طيب to find the remaining part لازم نعمل ايه؟ لازم نعمل plus للتو fractions عشان اعرف هو حل قد ايه من الهومورك. So I will add 1 over 9 plus 5 over 9. The answer will be what? Yes, I will keep the denominator as it is and I will only add the numerator. هي 5 plus 1 equals 6. يبقى كل اللي ياسين حله 6 out of 9. What about the remaining part of the homework? Yes, I will use subtraction. يبقى I will consider الهومورك اللي هو 1 whole. طب تعالوا كده represent ال 1 whole هتبقى ايه؟ الفراكشن بتاع ال 1 whole هتبقى 9 over 9. Right? هعمل 9 over 9 minus 6 over 9. So I will keep the denominator as it is and subtract only the numerators. 9 minus 6 gives me 3. يبقى the part left of the homework is 3 over 9 أو 3 out of 9. And now you can solve the rest of all the problems in practice on your own way and you can also check your understanding in the same way. Now we have achieved the target of the lessons today, real world fraction connection. وكمان اتعلمنا how to solve the story problems involving fractions and real world applications of fractions using the steps for solving story problems. And we completed Unit 9 as well. With the help of your teacher in class, you can check Concept 3 of Unit 9. Before I go بقى أنا عايزة أسألكوا سؤال مهم جدا عشان تفكروا فيه. Until we meet again in the next lesson. Is there another way or form we can use to express the fractions? Now, thank you so much for your watching and see you next time in the lessons of Unit 10.